Hello and welcome to Beyond the Numbers podcast. My name is Jenn, and for the third episode, we'll be doing a deep dive on the technology surrounding the finance and accounting industry and how partnering with an AI-enabled service provider like D&V Philippines can help future-proof your business. Most business owners compare different providers, which makes sense. But before deciding, it's important to also understand how each provider uses and embraces technology. Joining me today are Narene and Elnison. So Narene is our Chief Technology Officer here at D&V Philippines, and Elnison is our Senior IT Manager. Hi Narene, hi Elnison. It's great to have you both in our show.
Hi Jen, good day and thanks for having us here.
Hello as well, Jen. Hello as well to our listeners. We hope you are having a great day.
Thank you, and hope you enjoy today's episode. But let's start with the big picture. So, we hear the term, or we always hear the term AI enabled everywhere nowadays. So, but from your own perspective, what does it actually mean to be an AI enabled F&A outsourcing provider?
That's a very important question, Jen, because being AI enabled is often misunderstood. For us, it does not mean replacing accountants with artificial intelligence. At DNV, it means strengthening our accounting delivery model through responsible use of automation, analytics, and AI, all while keeping professional judgments at the center. The F&A outsourcing industry is evolving. Clients now expect real-time reporting, stronger internal controls, better data visibility, and compliance readiness. To keep up, outsourcing providers must move beyond transactional work and adopt digital-first thinking responsibly and sustainably, which is what we are doing in the DNV Philippines.
Yes, actually, yes, we are adopting the digital first strategies. I hear that we are currently working our automation projects in our processes. So, what automation initiatives has DNV Philippines been focusing on lately?
That's a great way to ground discussion, Jen. Before we even talk about AI, we focus first on automation because automation builds discipline and structure.
Yes.
We've implemented several automation across several operational areas. The goal of this project is to improve accuracy, reduce human errors, and allow our internal teams to focus on higher value financial analysis.
You've been doing this automation projects internally, right? How big is the IT department?
Right now, my team consists of 11 employees, including me. Four of those employees are senior ITs, and two of them are senior developers. So basically, the two senior developers are tasked to plan and execute and deploy automation processes for our internal departments, and maybe eventually transition that to our clients as well.
Okay, so maybe Elnison, can you share like with us the automation journey of DNV Philippines?
So
How does it start and when did it start?
So actually, our automation journey began 3 years ago. Actually, one of our pilot automation projects are the employee onboarding process. This is mainly focused on the HR department. So this was executed based on the necessity of the process because before that automation, the details, the process are scattered everywhere. So that's when our team decided to automate that process to centralize everything. So including for connecting every departments involved, HR, finance, IT, including the operation side. So basically, this orchestrated the processes around internal in the HR, what onboarding process they have, in the IT team, what internal IT onboarding process we have. So that's basically the entire automation process we did on the employee onboarding.
So DNV Philippines is very particular to its culture. So how do we ensure that the automation is part of the DNV culture?
So we focus heavily on digital first thinking across the organization through continuous internal training, the quarterly cybersecurity awareness. So this is basically one of the critical part of our AI journey in D&V. Cross-functional collaboration between IT and other admin departments such as QA, HR, and the operation side. Clear process documentation grounded in our QMS framework. Our goal is to ensure that automation enhances discipline and governance and not bypassing it.
Okay. How has this shift changed our accounting delivery model? So since D&V Philippines is a provider of finance and accounting outsourcing, so are we working differently now compared to few years ago?
Definitely. So that's where the real transformation happens. Automation has shifted our work from being heavily transactional to being more insight driven. While we have focused our automation projects primarily to our internal processes, we aim to completely automate our process or our client-oriented services so that our teams can focus on financial analysis, the KPI monitoring, identifying anomalies, strengthening internal controls, and supporting better decision making. This elevates our role from being processing provider to a strategic or more strategic outsourcing partner.
Okay, so since DNV Philippines strategies is to make sure the integration efforts are evaluated from for compliance, security, and of course operational value. But how do we assess it? Like, what determines whether AI adoption will succeed or fail? Do you have any ideas on that?
So it all starts with data. AI tools are only as good as the data they're trained on. They rely heavily on clean, structured, and well-governed data. That's why we prioritize documented processes under our QMS framework, including defining user controls, proper documentation and version controls, data governance, and security protocols.
Well, that's interesting, Elnison. So before we implement AI tools, how do we prepare internally?
So preparation was actually our first step, not AI deployment. We strengthened our internal data environment first. We spent time automating and standardizing internal processes, consolidating data, and setting up clear documentation practices.
Okay, so you have already some projects, automation projects. So what are these automation projects of IT departments with other corporate service departments? Can you share some?
So like I've mentioned earlier, one of our key highlights, automation process is the employee onboarding with HR, employee offboarding with HR also. For the finance department, we did the payslip automation process, the accounts payable process automation, we did that as well. And for the QA side, one of our highlights there was the client onboarding process. So this foundational work not only prepares systems for AI, it ensures that the data AI uses is trustworthy, equipping our teams to leverage AI for deeper insights, faster analysis, and more strategic client support.
That's interesting. So now we are on the laying of or laying the foundation. So let's go to the establishing like a proper governance with using or AI adoption. How do we ensure that AI adoption remains responsible and ethical? And do we have any formal like policies in place or guidelines in at the DNV Philippines?
That's a critical concern, especially in finance and accounting. So this is why we conduct internal AI primer discussions to educate leadership and teams about both the opportunities and risks. So these sessions help ensure clear understanding of use cases, assess risks before implementation, and ensure governance frameworks are established upfront. We make sure to adopt AI when it aligns with strategic goals and compliance standards. As to the policies, so our AI initiatives are guided by internal policies aligned with our QMS and ISMS frameworks. So these policies ensure the compliance with data privacy laws, clear approval processes, risk assessments before deployment, accountability, and documentation. We also maintain oversight through our DPO-registered data processing systems to safeguard client employees and applicant information.
Yeah, I actually agree with you, Nareen. So for us, technology is like about measuring or measurable value, control, and long-term sustainability. And that raises the important question. So how do we ensure that our AI adoption remains responsible, governed, and ethically sound as it scale across all our operations?
Responsible AI usage is a priority. So we establish governance structures, human oversight checkpoints, ethical review processes, and data privacy safeguards. As an outsourcing provider handling sensitive financial data, we ensure confidentiality, integrity, and availability remain protected at all times.
As AI evolves, how are we preparing our internal IT team or IT department?
So that's actually one of the things I am proud of as we continue our AI efforts. Technology transformation also requires people transformation. And in this regard, our people are up for the task. Our internal IT department manages all technological controls to ensure confidentiality of company and client data. To stay on top of the current trends, we plan to continue upskilling our time, the cybersecurity management, AI governance and monitoring, secure system and integrations, risk mitigation frameworks. So maintaining strong internal capabilities allow us to protect sensitive information without compromising control.
Well, it looks like you've planned this through. So as we look ahead, what's next for D&V Philippines?
I'm glad to share that with you. So we're approaching this transformation step by step. We are continuing to enhance our digital infrastructure and analytics capabilities, in which one of our plans includes growing the IT automation unit to expand our current capabilities. As part of our forward strategy, we are also exploring the development of AI agents to firms. Like one of our big clients will be doing that project with them soon. And alongside focusing on developing DB tech aimed at supporting more intelligent, streamlined, and data-driven operations and increasing value for our clients. Throughout all of this, our focus remains on sustainable and secure transformation, strengthening governance while gradually integrating automation and AI where appropriate.
So if we bring everything together, what does becoming AI-enabled provider ultimately mean?
Ultimately, it means combining technology, governance, and professional expertise. It's not about speed alone. It is about responsible innovation, strengthening compliance, improving delivery quality, and building long-term client trust.
Okay, so before we wrap things up, so maybe you could share, both of you, like key takeaways for this session?
Yes, so I just want to share the famous quote from Jensen Wang. He's the CEO and founder of Nvidia. So he said in one of his talks that you're not gonna lose your job because of AI. You're gonna lose your job in someone's using AI. So I think it engraves on my memory that years from now, most of our, like us, the white collar jobs, we should really adapt on how AI works, on how we use AI as a day to day on our jobs. So yeah.
And in relation to what you said, so let's not be afraid of using AI technology. Let's be more open-minded because this is the future.
So for my last question, do you think DNV Philippines is behind in terms of AI adoption?
I don't think we are left behind. I think we are adapting it quite well. We're wanted to take it slow, but not but still, but we wanted to take it slow, but we do it like careful baby steps, basically. Just like other companies, we make sure that we are constantly in the lookout of what's happening in the AI around AI, and we wanted to apply it in D&V's processes, but not taking it to rush, so that our investments are worth the money.
All right, there you have it. In today's episode, we were able to establish that in the accounting industry, adopting the latest AI technology and automation is a question of if, but a question of when. However, it is important to note that success depends on how you implement your integration efforts, build a company culture that is willing to adapt, and of course, maintain your compliance effort. Your sourcing partner should not only support your accounting needs, but also help you move confidently toward integrating AI-enabled workflows, which is why partnership with AI-enabled F&A business process outsourcing company like D&V Philippines may be a smart move. Thank you, Narene and Elnison, for sharing your thoughts, our insights here, and thank you to our listeners for tuning in. We'll see you next episode of Beyond the Numbers podcast.
Thanks.
Learn more about our automation initiatives and services. Download our new primer, D&V Philippines Process Automation. Link in the description box below.